My name's Lauren, and here are the 5 pieces of Croatian news that you should care about this week.
Foreign tourists generated very encouraging revenue in Croatia so far this year. It increased by €244 million, or 5.9%, to a total of €4.375 billion in the first half of 2025. These figures reflect very strong tourism, especially in the second quarter of the year. In the second quarter of the year, foreign tourists generated revenue in Croatia which amounted to €3.5 billion, an increase of 5.7%, or €190.2 million compared to the same period in 2024. Ryanair is strengthening its Zagreb base and increasing the frequency of its most popular routes. The Irish airline plans to make these increases during the 2026 summer season, which begins on March the 29th next year. Some of these routes will approach double daily rotations. One of the most successful routes for Ryanair and its Zagreb base has been its flights to London Stansted. As such, their frequency will increase from 10 weekly to 12 weekly next year, with double daily flights running except on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Flights to Malta will also increase to 12 weekly. 2 daily flights along that route are also planned during the working week from Monday to Friday. Ryanair will also increase its service to Dublin to run daily, while operations to Palma de Mallorca will increase from 4 to 6 weekly and to Paphos from 3 to 5 weekly. Several other routes are also set to receive an additional weekly rotation compared to this year's summer schedule, including Malaga and Palermo. Great news for retirees as Croatia plans to completely scrap pension tax next year. That means that all those drawing their pensions in Croatia will gain a higher monthly income. The move has been advocated by the Croatian Pensioners Party for years now, and with the Minister of Finance himself agreeing that this tax is actually senseless, it will finally be abolished in 2026. Croatian food prices are set to inflate at twice the pace of those in the rest of the Eurozone next year. Croats already spend around a quarter of their income on food, and if housing, energy and transport costs are added to this, they spend more than half of their total income on these very, very basic needs. Croatian food prices will increase by an additional 4.1% in 2026, which is twice as much as the projected rate across the Eurozone set by the European Central Bank. Unlike Croatia, where food prices will continue to rise, food price increases in other Eurozone countries have already stopped this year. And last, but by no means least, Jadrolinija has transported 9.5 million passengers so far this year. This is at the same level as last year, as well as 2.8 million vehicles, which represents a 2% increase compared to last year. The ferry company emphasised that they're satisfied with the summer season and that it should be taken into account that almost half of the total annual traffic, which is more than 6 million passengers in total, was transported during the main summer season. On the most frequent sailing lines, sailing takes place continuously 24 hours a day. During the peak of the summer season, there are up to 600 departures per day, with additional departures introduced as needed. That's been all for me this week, and thankfully I sound a lot better than I did last week, so see you again next Friday.